Hey there, this is Mike from Mike Buys Houses. Every week homeowners ask us great questions, and when they have a great question, we just try and make it a quick video for you at home. So this week a homeowner was asking us, what are some of the steps to consider when trying to sell a home as is by owner? Um, so we just talked about some of the steps here, and the first one is to research the market and set a realistic price for your property. That's going to really help you attract buyers because without listing with a realtor, it's going to be more difficult for you to find buyers for your property, right? They have access to the MLS. They have a big network of other realtors who are working with clients who are looking to buy houses. And because of that, they're able to more easily find a buyer for your property than you are. So it's going to be very important for you to set a realistic price so that you can start getting some of that traction. As you may know, as buyers are looking for properties and they start to see price reduction. It's been on the MLS or on Zillow or whatever for a long time. Then they start to question what's wrong with the property. So what you're going to want to do is look in your area at recently sold properties, either using Zillow or Redfin, or even talking to a realtor and just paying maybe a one-time fee for their services. And basically find properties that have similar layouts, bedroom and bathroom, square foot, and make sure that they're in a similar area, usually within a mile radius, ideally within your very same neighborhood, and see what those houses are selling for. And then compare that to your property. And you want to compare the condition of the property as well as things like, does it have a basement, does it have a garage, how big is the yard, stuff like that. And then also consider what the condition of your property is versus those. So if your property needs a lot of work, then look for properties that need a lot of work or price appropriately. And you can do that by figuring out how much the repairs are going to cost. You're either going to work with a contractor to get that done unless you have the first-hand knowledge, or if you're looking for just an easy way to do that, we do have a free calculator you can use at Nailed It. So that's www.nailedit.app, and that's just a free calculator to help estimate rehab costs, and that can help you price your property appropriately. The next thing you're going to do is try and find buyers. So, like I mentioned, it's going to be much more difficult for you as a homeowner listing a property for sale by owner to find buyers just because you don't have access to that network that already has a built-in collection of people looking to buy properties. So what you're going to do is market the property, whether you do that on Craigslist or on Facebook. You could go to like local neighborhood groups, like yard sale groups, and see if anyone's looking to buy a property. You could also hold open houses, and you could market that by, your local newspaper or even local stores that are going to allow you to put flyers in there. And then you can also list it on Zillow, and you can pay what's called a flat fee listing for access to the MLS. So what's that going to do? Basically, it will allow a realtor to list the property on the MLS for you, so you get access to all those buyers, everyone who's looking for properties. A lot of realtors are going to be on there, and they're going to be able to have access to see your property then. But the realtor who lists it is not going to be representing you. The next thing is going to be to negotiate with the buyers. So whether that's with a realtor that you found through the MLS or a realtor that found your property, or with the buyers themselves, you're going to be negotiating and trying to come to an agreement on price. And at that point, you're going to qualify the prospective buyers. You want to make sure that they have some type of earnest money deposit, which basically gives them some skin in the game, right? So they're going to sign the contract and give typically title, depending on your area, maybe a lawyer, earnest money, which just means that if they back out of the contract after the inspection period or whatever your contract says, then you will get to keep that money because you are no longer looking for buyers during that time. So basically, it's like a deposit for them to really show that they're interested in the property. And then other things you can negotiate, any seller concessions. Are you going to help buy down their interest rate depending on what interest rates are at the time, and who's going to pay closing costs, and are they going to pay for the realtor on their side, or do they have a realtor? Are you going to pay for it? So all those things are negotiable, and without a realtor, those are just some of the things that you're going to want to consider when you're negotiating with buyers. The next thing is to hire a real estate attorney or reach out to a local title company to help you with the paperwork. Basically, you're going to talk to them about what you've already agreed upon, and then they're going to help you formulate some of that paperwork. Or you can have a contract from online if that's something you're interested in, and then bring that to the title company or the realtor and make sure that that's really going to work in your area. And then at that point, you really want to make sure you have the proper disclosures done. So a realtor is going to help you get those proper disclosures done. Without one, you're going to want to make sure that you have everything done that needs to be done in order to make sure there's no further issues down the line, any lawsuits that could come back. Say the buyer thinks that you were trying to hide information on the property condition, and without those proper disclosures, that could be a headache down the line. So just make sure you have those proper disclosures at that point. And then finally, after that, typically the buyer will do some type of inspection, whether that's with a general contractor or some people choose to do it themselves. And it's very typical at that point to have renegotiations based on what they find, if the property is not in perfect condition. And especially if they see things that were not on your disclosures, then they're going to be definitely asking for some concessions usually at this point. So consider renegotiations at this point after some of the paperwork's been started. The next thing you're going to do is wait for their financing to go through if they're buying not with cash. So typically people are going to be buying with some type of a mortgage, so there's going to need to have approval from their bank. The bank's going to do an appraisal at this point, and that appraisal is going to be required before the bank's actually going to give money to the lender or to the person who wants to borrow the money in order to purchase your property. At that point, you're going to wait for the clear to close from your title or your attorney, and they're going to basically give the all green that everything's ready to go. The lenders approve the mortgage, the appraisal's all good, and the paperwork is, if not complete, very close to complete. And at this point, any liens or debts on the property that need to be paid off are going to be processed and need to start getting discharged. And the last thing is schedule closing. So if you're looking to sell your home as is by owner, those are just some of the steps that you're going to consider when trying to do that. It is definitely a lot more work than selling your property with a realtor, and that's why realtors get paid as well as they do. And if you're looking to save on those commissions, then this could be the route that you're looking to go. If you are looking to hit the easy button and you just want to sell your property as is by owner, then you should definitely reach out to us at 267-984-4765 or visit us at MikeBuysHousesPA.com, and we'd be more than happy to see how we can help. We buy houses as is without commissions, and we buy houses in multiple ways. So if you want to reach out again at 267-984-4765 or visit us at MikeBuysHousesPA.com, we'd be more than happy to take a look at your property and give you a no obligation offer. And if we're not the buyers for you, then we'll let you know up front and we will point you in the right direction. We look forward to helping you. Have a good one. Bye.